All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome. Welcome to Sunday Night Charts with Jim of All Trades. Good to see you guys. Welcome to the channel. We're going to jump into the charts tonight. We're going to look at Bitcoin. We're going to look at the overall legacy market. I'm going to show you a macro hypothesis that I think may play out. It's at least very plausible and worth you're at least considering, worth you looking into. So I'm going to show that to you. It's going to be a big roller coaster ride between now and the first or second quarter of next year is what I'm thinking. So anyway, buckle your seatbelts and get ready for Sunday Night Charts. Hope you guys are ready to rock. Mr. Farrahill, what's up, buddy? Ready to do this. Topher. Hey, what's up? Good evening, sir. How are you? And Keith M. Moonboy counts always, but we're also going to be balanced with a bear look, and we'll just show the different wave structures that could take place. Yeah, hit those likes, guys, and share it with your friends. It's just good perspective. I bring a good perspective to the market that is at least good to add to what you're doing, whether you're a support resistance trader, breakout trader, some kind of moving average trader, or order block trader, or whatever you do. It's always good to add Elliott wave to it. It kind of gives a perspective, guys, that you don't get other places, and it kind of gives you a forward look to the market as well. So, oh, got it, Christopher. Wonderful. Like to know and understand where names come from. That's cool. Welcome to the channel, sir. Glad you're here, man. All right, hit those likes and subscribe, do all that jazz, and hey, leave some comments. Let me know what you think in the chat. Don't forget, though, I'm not here to give you financial advice. Never going to do that. I'm here just to show you what I see in the market. Let me get myself on the chart. We're going to activate video capture here in 3, 2, 1, boom. There I am in all my glory. Can you see me? Okay, there we go. How's that? All right, good deal. So let's look into the charts, guys, and see what's going on. Okay, so we need to kind of start. Let me not rush in yet, quite yet. We'll start here in just a second. What's up, Kimo Sabi? I read through the first chapter, man. So, I haven't gotten through the rest of it yet. What's up, Ricky Spanish? Good to see you, man. Did you bring some food for our meeting tonight? I hope you did. And hey, Crypto Fitter, what's up, man? And Parth, good to see you. 40K by the end of the year? Maybe. Hey, Jay, Crypto Fever, what's up, buddy? Christopher Huffman, man, yo. How you doing? Good to see y'all. Just want to say hi to everybody coming in and saying hi to me. Just want to be cordial. Welcome, everyone. All right, well, let me jump into the charts, guys, we'll kind of let everybody say hi to me. I'll get back to you and say hi to you. Welcome, everybody jumping in, but let me talk about what I'm kind of seeing in the legacy markets. Let's see if I can get that. How's that? There we go. In the legacy markets. That has me thinking, and I put a video out earlier this week, but I've really defined it and honed it a little bit, and want to talk about what I'm seeing there and how that might play out in the macroeconomic and global view. Okay, in other words, with consideration to what's going on in the global environment right now, the macroeconomic environment, what might take place, and we'll talk about those things tonight. So, with that said, my first thought when I just look at what's going on around us from a macro standpoint, I see us moving economically to central bank digital currencies. I think that's inevitable. I think we're powerless to change that. The powers that be are going to make that happen. There is that's going to happen. Now, I don't think the masses are ready to accept that quite yet, because that's a real infringement upon privacy, right? When you go to a CBDC system, you're moving into a complete central bank digital currency in which they complete access to all of our finances, complete transparency to what's going on, and everything that we do will be seen in our transactions. And so we'll have no privacy at all. We'll have absolutely zero privacy. And in the name of privacy, in the name of, how do I say it, freedom from the banks, that's been sold to us with cryptocurrency and that narrative. It almost seems to me that the cryptocurrency environment has been used to dupe people into thinking, yes, this is the future, when really it's just the technology and blockchain technology that's really the future. Crypto as we see it may not exist in the way that we would like it to. Rather, most of the finances will probably be done with CBDCs. That's my guess. That being said, that's presupposition number one when I look at the macro environment here. Number two, if we're moving to a CBDC system, and let me know in the chat whether you think that you agree with that or not. I think China has already rolled out theirs. The digital yuan. The Fed has a digital dollar. They need something right now in which the American people would accept the digital dollar. In other words, I think a crisis needs to happen first. We need a good crisis, right? And it needs to be an economic crisis in which people can't have access to their money in banks. Maybe banks are failing. Maybe the supply chain is interrupted in some way. Something is going to happen economically in the near future. It could be in the next year, it could be later than that, but it's going to create a crisis in which the American people are going to cry to the government for help, and the government's going to swoop in and say, "We've got this new thing, and we've been working on it, and we think this is the answer." And they'll roll out the digital dollar, tell you to go trade your fiat currencies in at your bank, get 50 cents on the dollar, get 2 for 1. Who knows what they're going to do there? But nevertheless, they're going to roll that out. Maybe give us free money, give you so many months to spend it. But they're basically going to get the economy rolling again with a presentation of the digital dollar. Set everybody up with wallets, and that'll be a process you have to go through in order to access money that the government's ready to give you free. And so CBDCs are coming, and a crisis is coming with it. In other words, in order to really bring it in so that the American people will accept it more readily, there's going to be some kind of crisis. Now, what's that crisis going to be? Could it be a market crash? Could it be a market crash coupled with banking system crash? Could it be war plus economic crash and disaster? Who knows the way it's going to look? I don't know. Is it COVID 2.0, where something worse than COVID comes along, lockdowns happen, economic crisis happens? I don't know what's going to happen, but I do know that crisis will probably accompany CBDC technology being introduced to the American people. All right, that's presupposition number 2, that CBDCs are coming around, and those CBDCs will be inaugurated, or at least accelerated in its inauguration, let me say it that way, with some kind of economic crisis. Now, when I then look at, with that kind of macro perspective, with those presuppositions, and when I look at the NASDAQ and the S&P, okay, I see something. Now, from an Elliott Wave trader, an Elliott Wave analyst, I look at the market through 5s and 3s, okay? And I'm looking at the S&P right now, okay? And I'm starting my analysis with the S&P tonight because I think the chart is relatively clear, okay? Relatively, depending I'll talk about some options here. But it appears that we have a very, from the bottom down here up to here, we have a very clear 1-2. Okay. Now, this was an expanded flat wave 2. So we're expecting a simple correction up here for wave 4. We got a 3, 4, and then looking for 5. So I think what's happening here is that this is setting up to finish this wave sometime by the end of 2029 or 2030 is my guess. It's my guess. That means this wave is probably this year is what I'm guessing going to get a false crash. It's going to be a little bit of a tank here, and it might, let's see, what percentage might it fall here? You know, it might be a 20% crash of the market, which is a substantial move, right? So this move to the downside here would move us to, you know, a 20% correction from where we stand, and that would be a 3-wave move to create a wave 4, which would come prior to the final 5th wave to the upside. Okay, so we'd have 5 waves here finishing this impulse movement of the S&P. Okay, so that means over the next 5 years to 6 years that this drop has to happen and this pump has to happen. Okay, now the way I've drawn this dump here, it takes us into March. The way I've got it drawn right now, this dump right now. Let's see. Let me draw it a little bit better here. Boom, 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 something like that. I'm thinking sometime second quarter, end of first quarter, into the second quarter, we're going to find a bottom to this. That we're going to probably in the S&P dump between now and March, maybe. And we might find the culmination of the move sometime in March, just like the COVID dump in an election year. We find a bottom, and then we find a pump to the markets at, you know, between March, April timeframe, maybe June, until the election and following the election into 2025. That's what I'm thinking the legacy markets are going to do, based upon this wave structure, if my interpretation of the waves are correct. Okay, now if that happens, now the market if this happens, then we're looking for the 5th wave to finish its course. However, somewhere around $5,000 or $6,000, and then after that, we're going to be looking for a major, a decade worth of a bear market. Okay, potentially, in that bear market could take quite a long time. Okay, into the 40s, 2040 time frame, whatever. We'd start going down pretty heavily, okay, for maybe 10 years, a 10-year bear market or something like that. Now, I think this crash, okay, this crash of the market would probably coincide with the, how do I say it, the crisis maybe that we're looking for to bring in CBDC. So in other words, that we might not be ready. We're moving in the direction. We're moving in the direction of CBDCs. We're moving in that direction, but they're not ready to roll it. Things still have to set in place. So what this count does in the S&P is gives the market and the big boys, the people running the show, time to position themselves, and to position everything, to get everything ready for the American people to accept CBDCs. Okay, so sometime in the next 6 years, potentially, as Chemo says, we may have a universal basic income somewhere around 2027. Could be even later than that, 2029, 2030. It just depends on, how things move. Okay. So anyway, I'm starting with this analysis, and so that's basically what I'm seeing here. I've got a 1, 2, 3, looking for 4 to finish, and then we're looking for a spike. So I'm looking for a dump. Okay, guys, and this is what the title was: a dump that's going to last until, it could just depends on how long it takes. Sometime second, third quarter, second quarter, sometime next year between April and June, this dump finishes, and we have a rally beginning after that. Okay. Now, with that said, that's a dump into a pump. This crash is going to get the market bearish. Okay, there's going to be the retail buyers will be selling off, and they'll pump into it for one last hurrah, one last final glorious move to the upside, taking out all-time highs, going to $6,000 roughly, and really this could be even extended to $7,000 if they wanted to get it up there pretty good. Shoot, they could go up to $8,000. They can go up higher than that, really. But anyway, this is going to be a glorious final. Everybody's going to be so bullish, the market will never stop, and then boom, there's just going to be a big giant crash. Okay. Now, so it just depends on that last wave, Chemo, how long it takes. So anyway, what could Bitcoin do then in light of that? Because let me show the NASDAQ as well. The NASDAQ's the same thing, right? NASDAQ, you got the same count. We've got this 1, 2, we got wave 3, looking for wave 4, and then 5. Okay, let's get parabolic with this guy. And I don't know how long that's going to take. I don't know the length of time these things are going to take, but I'm seeing this crash here happen. And this thing could take quite a while. So, this crash might be the crash, Chemo, you're looking at. This crash right here, okay, might be the crash that you're seeing before. But I'm looking for a major multi-year bear market that's starting somewhere around 2029, 30. 2020, 2029, 2030 time frame, roughly. Just guessing based on my drawing here. All right. So anyway, same count, same idea, okay? DXY, what would the DXY be doing in light of the same move, okay? Well, go into the daily chart here. We'd be looking for the DXY to pump here for this last move up, and this is when this move, the DXY will pump, okay, and it may take longer than I've drawn, okay. I see it coming down a little bit and then pumping until first quarter next year, sometime for a COVID dump, and then so that's going to finish a 3-wave move to the upside somewhere around 110. 110 to 111 are my targets right now for this wave. And then I'm looking for a dump. So the DXY will be opposite of what I'm looking for in the markets. The markets, I'm looking for a dump into a pump. Whereas for the DXY, I'm looking for this pump into a dump. Okay? So Bitcoin then, what are we seeing in Bitcoin in light of that then? Well, on the same type of chart here, okay, what's this chart doing? Okay, well, again, we're looking for a dump between now and the first quarter of next year. So I'm actually looking for a move like this down, a dump, okay, to come retest 19K range. Anywhere from 15 to 19K range. I want to see this thing come down, and I want to see it take, in order to finish, I want to see it take until March, April, May of the next year. I want to see it take until then to finish. Okay. And the way I'm looking at that, my primary idea is that this is A, B, C. Nope, sorry. Let me put C. Yeah, sorry. C right there. And now I want you to look at this wave as the B wave of a flat. So we're going to say A, B, and now C. Okay? So this move down is going to correlate and correspond with the market, the NASDAQ and the S&P coming down for this wave that we're looking for to the downside. Like this. Oops, sorry, that my chart's jumping on me. So there's the dump that we're looking for to coincide with maybe this pump on the DXY. So you see how the DXY is inversely correlated there, and the S&P and the NASDAQ are directly correlated, positively correlated with Bitcoin. Now, what that would be, in my opinion, then, okay, now this is where it gets really interesting from a macro standpoint. This would be an A and a B wave. Okay, A, B. And then we'd be looking for C. Now, this C wave right here that I'll be looking for is going to correspond potentially with the fifth wave of the NASDAQ that we're looking at, the all-time high of the NASDAQ and the all-time high of the S&P. In other words, we're going to get a rally by this count. We're going to get a rally in Bitcoin up to the targets we've been waiting for, that we're heading up here, but we're not going to go direct. This count says, no, we're not going directly up there. We're going to have some trash right now between now and and next quarter, and we'll pump into the elections and after the elections, right? Then after that, okay, whenever this pump finishes, okay, and I've got it drawn right now. I've got it drawn sometime mid to 2025 range. Then we'd be looking for another major move back down to the downside, retesting the somewhere around right here, something like that. And the way I'm looking at this historically is I'm looking at this as a big 1-2, where you've got it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 5 waves. There's your wave 1. That's crypto wave 1 finished. And now this big move that's going to take all of this time, okay, till about 2030, okay? This dump is going to dump us to 2030 or so. Is going to be wave 2. Right around the time, okay, that rolls around, we'll be ready to start rocking to the upside over the next 10 years. That's when crypto takes off. Probably because the fiat system has transitioned into digital currency by that time. So sometime between now and 2030 range, we're probably going to be looking to be finalizing our transition in our global economic environment into complete digital currencies. And this 1-2 will have played out in the market, and then we'll be looking for the major move to the upside. That's my primary thesis, my primary concept right now that I'm looking at from a macro standpoint. I wanted to present that to you clearly and slowly, just so that you guys can get a sense for where I see the market going. So in the meantime, on the 4-hour chart, what I'm seeing is I want to see this wave finish, okay? I want to see this wave finish to the however long it's going to take to finish. It may finish with a quick move. It may take some kind of, it may take another week or two to finish, to develop this flag or whatever, spike the high and reverse. But I'm looking for this to finish over the next several weeks. This week, the next several weeks, we may stay in this choppy range for a little while. I don't know. But more than likely, we're going to chop around here for a while. I want to see that finish. Then I want to see this thing tank. And I want to see this wave kind of come down with some velocity. Doesn't mean it's going to happen in a day, but I want to see it start moving down with some speed, because I would anticipate this to be a flat. Okay, so I want to see the first wave get back down here to this box range, play around here for wave 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what I mean? I want to see it. I want to see it get down here pretty quick. So that's the kind of wave that I would expect to happen, and that's the shenanigans. I think the whole market is pretty bullish right now, and is expecting 40K, 50K, whatever. All these targets are up there. We're in the new bull run. Here we go. Now, listen, we might be in a bull run. The idea, as I just presented to you, may fall flat on its face, and it may not play out. It's just a perspective that I think, at least, excuse me one second. Sorry about that, guys. All of a sudden, I had something in my throat that was bothering me. I had to go get a drink. Give me 1 second to get this ready to go. But it's a perspective. What I was saying was, it's a perspective I think is worth at least considering. Okay, with some real strong consideration. Okay. At least to know about that count and to watch the market to see if it's playing out, because I think the market is very, very bullish, and this move that we have happening right now is part of a count that I talked about, I should say, not called. I don't make calls, but I talked about when this wave was down here. We talked about the market maker special, where we go up in 3 waves, okay? 3 waves, break this high, and then tank, come down here, take out the liquidity down here. So there's all kinds of liquidity right in here, and then right there, and then right there. There's all kinds of money there to be had by market makers, okay? So I think this move here has gotten everybody on the bullish side of things looking for longs. They can trap the longs, come take this liquidity, and if they want to, take this liquidity, and then take the market up where you expected it to go. Okay, 40K, 50K, 60K, whatever area, however high it wants to go, because that would be a large flat or a large 3-wave move to the upside. So it's something to consider here, guys. It's definitely something to consider. It would correspond with the kind of wave we're expecting to see in the NASDAQ. The very types of waves we're expecting to see, this would correlate with it. Now, whether they play exactly together like that, I don't know. So let me say on the outset, here's an idea I wanted to present to you carefully, and I have, and I want you to consider it, but realize the market may not do that. So you got to be ready to trade anyway, but you just have to stay as even keel as possible. I'm just catching up with the chat, guys. Am I missing? Let's see. You guys are just talking amongst yourselves. So anyway, that's fine. All right. All right. All right. With that said, guys, there's a macro view. That's on my market maker special count that I've been talking about. Let's talk about some other counts. What else could the market do? Okay, the market could continue to pump to 40K, whatever. How would we expect it to pump? If it pumps up, how would we expect it to pump? Well, I would imagine that this is going to turn into a kind of a complex little something here, where this kind of just goes up three wave-ish. So we got three waves here. We get three waves here. We get five waves down, and there's a flat, and then we pump up for the next. In other words, we get a fake out first, we dump, take out liquidity, and then we go. Okay, so that's a very, very common move in bullish markets for Bitcoin. If it just kind of plays around for quite a while, creates a running correction. And then it goes up to the next level, plays around, comes back down, and then maybe and continues on up. So there's any number of things that can happen in that scenario, but we can bullishly move on up quite a bit. That would be a way it could happen. Okay, so there's the bullish count there. I would expect. If you look on the 1 hour time frame, it looks like we have a very clear three-wave move. Okay, that looks three-wave-ish right there. Now I would expect this to maybe three-wave and break the top. Maybe three-wave, maybe or almost break the top, or come retest the top, come back down in three, and then go up in three again. Take the top out, and then dump. So that's an example right there, and it might go faster than I've got it drawn there, but that's an idea, and then we start pumping after that for the next level, and that's when we get up to 40, 41K, 42K, something like that. All right, so we understand the market could pump and it could keep doing that. That's what you would want to be looking for. That's the kind of thing you'd want to be looking for. That kind of price action. Okay. Now, what this could be, if we dump, this could be a finished fourth wave right here. Okay, and we might be in the middle of some kind of five-wave move here. We're in the middle of the fifth wave, which gets us to 37K range, maybe 37.5 range potentially. Okay. What that does is bring the RSI back up here, creating divergence between the third and the fifth, and then all of a sudden that finishes the wave, and then we get a move. We get a move down. Okay, so that's another count to be watching for, where we go take the highs. Okay, in any number of ways, we go take the highs with the fifth wave, and then we get rejection off of that, and it comes down with some fervor and some power to the downside, trapping longs. So I think they're going to work to trap some longs up here this week, would be my guess. If they're gonna come down, they're gonna work this range in order to entice longs to come in. Maybe some kind of ending diag might do the trick. Okay, so. What's an ending diag? An ending diag looks corrective, right? But it gives you three-wave moves where the 4 and the 1 overlap when they're not supposed to, and everything's three waves. Some kind of move like that, where this becomes 3 up, 3 down, 3 up, 3 down, 3 up. It finishes, and then it tanks. Okay? I suppose there's an idea on the table that this is some kind of triangle right now, potentially. I think I think some people are looking at this as a triangle. I'm personally not a huge fan of the triangle idea, but let's consider this a triangle. Maybe this is a running triangle where you have A, B, C, D, E. No, I don't like that. A, B, C, D, and maybe E. We're waiting for E now to take place. And once E finishes, we get a spike to the high. It takes out the liquidity up here, and it rejects. And it comes down, takes out this liquidity down here. Will three-wave back in this range for a bit before it dumps again. So there's an idea as well, if you like the triangle idea. I don't have a triangle in the RSI, which we usually like to see, so I'm not drawn to the triangle. Now, so those are my ideas there for Bitcoin. It's always the case where it's going to go up or down. I'm not here predicting the future. What I am doing is analyzing the wave structure and saying if my analysis of the wave structure is correct, and that's a big if I've done well with looking at the 5s and the 3s and putting them together properly, then I've offered some ideas for where price might be going, bullishly or bearishly, and how it might go there, and give you something to look for. But that's not necessarily information to trade on necessarily. We use Elliott wave analysis to help our trade perspective, but that's not how we necessarily trade. If you need help learning to trade using Elliott wave as part of your analysis, that's what my Discord is for. Right? We don't necessarily just trade Elliott wave structures. We have other entry discipline and risk management features that help us and protect us as we use Elliott wave structures to guide us in our trades, or to guide us in plausible ideas for trades. But at the end of the day, you've got to have a strategy for entry and exit, for stop loss, for risk management, for position sizing, for entry discipline, and all these things, right? So I invite you into the Discord. What you do is you just become a Patreon supporter at any level, and then we get you right in. You get 2 live streams. You get an awesome community sharing ideas all over the world, and 2 live streams a day. Plus, I have all my educational materials showing you how I use Elliott wave and the RSI, along with, and I show you my trade setups, how I enter into trades, what my entry triggers are, and how I take trades. Okay, so I wanted to just plug that and just offer an invite in there. If you need some help trading in this environment, in this choppy environment, we'd love to have you. Okay, now, Jason, I see that you're making some definite ideas. You're offering ideas in the chat, and you're saying things with certainty. I would encourage you to be a little less certain and use like "I believe" in front of your sentences, because that'll make you look more humble, which that's always a plus, and that'll also leave you from being how do I say it picked on by anybody down the road. When the market proves you wrong, because at the end of the day, guys, the market proves all of us wrong at some point. We look at the market, we guess where it's going, and sometimes we're right, and sometimes we're not right, and sometimes we nail it, and sometimes we get the general direction. But we're wrong about how it's going to go there and when it's going to go there and whatnot. So I would just encourage you to be a little bit more humble in your presentation of your ideas. So that would be good for the community, and you know, definitely offer your ideas, man. I'm all for them. I haven't had a chance to read everything you've said, so you guys are in complacency. Who are you guys? Number one, and what is complacency? All right. Now, are you asking me, Jason, to explain why it's trading at 32 and not 64? I did at the beginning of. I spent the entire first 30 minutes of my live stream correlating the S&P and Bitcoin and how they're gonna track together. So did you miss all that? Did you miss all that? I'm just wondering. All right. I'm going to move on. I've really just backtrack and look at what I've already said for the first 30 minutes of the live stream. But anyway, yeah. I would again encourage you to be more humble, brother, because you're coming across as a jerk, and I don't think you mean to be. I just think you are coming across as a jerk. I hope you know. Yeah, Evo, I know the feeling, man. Man, that last comment you just made, Jason, is that's powerfully humble. I appreciate that so much more. That kind of tone is just that I can hear that, and I can respond to that now. I can say, yeah, that I get why you feel that way. No, that's man, that's great. That sounds a lot better. Just present your ideas in a humble way. Anybody. You know, that's what I'm trying to do here. I offered and explained my rationale, but I may be wrong at the end of the day, and I know that, right? And I'm ready to be wrong, and I'm okay. If and it's what ticks me off, and I don't think you're one of those guys, Jason. And this isn't towards that, but when people come in and say Jim got it wrong, well, what did I get wrong? I mean, I didn't pretend to have anything right. I'm sharing ideas, right? I'm sharing thoughts. This is the way I'm looking at the chart. I'm looking at the chart, thinking these things. I might be wrong in the way I think, but I'm explaining the way I think nonetheless. And I think if you have a valid rationale, or at least a rationale at all, it might benefit people to listen to the rationale, saying, yeah. So, yeah. Offer your ideas, guys, man. Bring them on. I love ideas, right? I've spent a lot of time thinking about wave structure here and just the correlation of S&P, NASDAQ, and the macroeconomics, and I could totally see that 1-2 playing out. on the macro chart. Let me show you guys Ethereum, guys, because Ethereum's interesting. Let's look at this. Look at this structure that I'm seeing in Ethereum. How many of you? Rock God. That's a great point. It's all a guess, man. But educated, hopefully, based upon a valid rationale, valid economic rationale. But nonetheless, predicting or talking about where the market could go and might go is much different than trading the market, guys. Remember that. Delta Pope, absolutely. Could you remind me in about 10 minutes, Delta Pope, and I'll look at that first, promise. Now, look at this chart on Ethereum, guys. What do you see? Anybody? For 200 points, what structure have I highlighted? James Bond, of course. Absolutely. What do you see here? What does this look like? This is the 12-hour chart. What do you see? I'll let it catch up. Not a W, come on. Yes, come on, guys. I'm looking for an Elliott answer, man. Come on. Give me an Elliott answer. Nobody sees it? Nobody? Am I the only one that sees it? Come on. Come on, guys. Y'all are studying Elliott. Broadening wedge. No, not a broadening wedge. Tafur, though, thanks for at least. Ding, 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 ding. Crypto Fitter. Got it. Crypto Fitter for the win. Absolutely. I tell you what, Ethereum looks like a flat. Look at it. 3, 3, 5. I'm looking for one more hit to the high, guys, for that flat to finish. I'd like to see this thing finish. It could go up from here. Boom. Then reject. Need 5 up. Yeah, that's exactly right. Sorry, guys. Where'd my Ethereum chart go? Yeah, we need 5 up. Let's go to smaller time frame. You think we got it? Give me 5, baby. Give me 5 right here. Give me wave 5. Is that too easy? That too simple? Is that too pretty? Probably too pretty. But that's correlating with my dump perspective in Bitcoin, potentially. So if we're gonna dump here, here you go. Let me clear my chart a little bit. We've got some kind of ABCWXY right there. You know, Seth, it might be too pretty. It might be way too pretty. You might be right. You might be right. But there's a W, there's an X, there's a Y. Then you got this flat. And we might be ready for some kind of now see what that creates if it does that. Boom, boom, boom. So you got boom, boom, boom. Finished. 3 waves down. There we go. So we dump into March, April timeframe of next year. And then we pump. Correlates with the Bitcoin. Correlates with NASDAQ. Correlates with S&P. It correlates with everything. And it assumes then we finished 5 waves to the upside. This could go really high. This could come back and retest way up here. Okay. But this gives us a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This gives us an A, a B, and a C. And what that is a giant 1, 2. We get back down to this range right here. Then we go to the moon. It's moon time after that. So that, again, that's the same count. That's my perspective, guys. That's my Elliott. That's my macro perspective, monthly, weekly, whatever you want to call that. I do need some WD-40. I'm sorry, Rock God. Please forgive me. I do need some oil in this chair. Sorry about that. So yeah, that looks decent, guys. That looks decent. I could be wrong, but there's a possibility right there for you. You look on the daily chart. Guys, what do you see here in the RSI? What do you see in the RSI? We got this peak right here going up. This peak going up. Sorry. This peak going down. That's hidden bearish divergence. It's hidden bear. On the daily. Let's see if on the daily we have it. Hidden bear. 2-day. There you go. Look at this, guys. Look how crazy this is. It's pretty powerful. Three days got it. The weekly's got it. Oh, wait a minute. I misdrew that. Sorry, I misdrew that completely. You got regular divergence here as a flat. I totally misdrew that divergence. I'm stupid. Crazy, man. Crazy. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that divergence. Yeah, weekly though. On the weekly, we've got regular divergence there on DXY. I mean, not DXY, but Bitcoin. All right, XRP. So XRP, we're looking for a dump and a pump, right? So where was that guy? Right there, yeah. So you see this move right here? See this move right here? Boom, boom, boom. And then we got this little correction right there, and then we came down and hit the low again. Well, we got the same scenario going on XRP. Same fractal rocking. Boom, boom, boom. We got the same little correction, same shape right there. And then I see this kind of coming down, taking the low, and then going up. If they want to go up after that. So that dump would precede a pump, right? And that could take until next year. Let me show you ADA, guys. ADA has been kind of my, how do I say it? It's been kind of my map. So one of the things I've been looking for is ADA. Is we had this beautiful ending diag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ending diag, gorgeous. It followed a wave 4 of some kind. Ending diag, boom. So that was gorgeous. I was like, oh, this is great. You had a nice ending diag. We got wave 1. You had wave 2. Let's go to the moon, right? Right? Waiting for this thing to rock. And I was looking for it to rock along with Bitcoin. But it didn't do that. In fact, it came down in 3 waves, took the low. And I'm like, oh, it's making a flat. We got 3. We're looking for 5 to the upside. But it didn't give us the 5 to the upside either. What did it do? Well, it created another 3-wave move to the upside. Now what's it doing? What's happening? It came back down. Boom. I'm expecting this to come back down. I'm expecting this to dump. And what they're doing, I think, is doubling up this and creating a big flat. So in other words, they've got A, B, C, W, X, Y. Okay. Take this low out. Boom. Here we go. Oh, wow. Bitcoin's dumping here. Let's look at that. Small time frame. What is she doing? Oh. Five-minute hidden bull. 15-minute hidden bull. For now, they could take it out. Finding potential support on this, but they may have just broken it. They've they broke this with a wick. What is that? Could this be an ending diag? So they might be making an ending diag here, guys, where you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take the high. Barely take the high. And then down we go. That's a possibility. All right, let's see. Where was I? ADA? Yeah, so I'm kind of looking at this as a big flat here on ADA. 3 waves up, 3 complex waves down, then we pump. So I'm looking for this dump and then a pump. That's going to be a good trade, guys. I think this is going to be a good trade for us, potentially. So it all depends on how long this dump takes. This could take a lot longer than I have drawn here. Excuse me. Yeah, I like a long here. I like a long here, but let's see what this does here. That's a nice 3-way move. I would love to see this as some kind of a ending diag. Sure, we could go up for 3, 4, 5, something like that, maybe. I don't have a good clear 3 though, I'll tell you. That hidden bull's pretty nice on the 15-minute. And we just came back to support. We got a kind of a 1-hour support here on the RSI. That looks decent. That's not bad. See if we get, we got 53 minutes left on this candle. See how this candle closes. I'd like to see it close with a big green wick. (6'2". let's see. What is that wave structure? It's kind of a nice three-wave move. It's got kind of a nice three-wave shape there with a flat in the middle. All right, I've shown you ADA, XRP, Ethereum. What stock charts, what crypto charts do you guys want to look at? So I've already got a couple of requests. I'm going to go ahead and start with the requests now. Throw your requests in, and I'll give you a quick move here. No, West Coast PC Builder. Hey, buddy. Definitely watch the first 30 minutes of the live stream. You definitely need to watch that for sure. 100%. That's real powerful. Show you what I'm looking at. But probably 10 to 11K. That's 2030. It's going to be out there for quite a while. Okay? All right. We're going to start with ATAI first. And then we'll go from there. So what I'm going to do is just look quickly at the charts, okay? Just nothing real long. If it's a stock, let me know it's a stock in the comment, okay? So ATAI, here it is. Whoever requested that, who was that? That was Delta Pope. Delta Pope. All right. So tell me something about ATAI. It's life sciences. What is it? A biotechnical corporation. Let me mark the zero line here, okay? So what you have to realize is that every stock can go to zero, okay? So this had an inauguration period, and it's just been plummeting back down to lows here. Now, what I would expect to see here, we got a nice three-wave move here, and now we've got 5 waves. So it's really a nice structure as far as Elliott's concerned. You got a nice kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 may not be finished. It's close to finished. This is a nice buy zone. If you think the market, if you think the company's going to be around, it's not a bad buy zone. This is looking like it's going to find a bottom at some point, go sideways for a while, okay, break out of this, and then up for a little bit. It may come down for a wave 2 and then up. So you've got a while for this to develop right there. But this isn't a bad little buy zone here if you believe in the company. And, but nevertheless, you got zero close by here. So it's about as close to zero as it's going to get unless this company's going to tank. It's possible. Any company can tank. So I don't know anything about the fundamentals of this company. But from an LUA perspective, not a bad little buy zone, potentially. So that's the way I'm looking at that. I'd be looking for buy signals from my strategy, from my standpoint here. A break in this price trend right here to the upside, that would be a good start. A good start to a long there. You can DCA in. It depends on if you trade margin or spot. I think spot, you're fine anywhere in this range to start buying some of this stuff for long-term gains. But you might want to wait for it to make an uptick and start showing you that it's starting to break out of this, because this thing could kind of go sideways for a little bit and then hit the low again. So this may have a little bit more down to go for a while. I don't know. But anyway, that's a possibility there. But once it starts breaking this and retesting that, then that's a buy signal for me, right there. Okay, so I'd be watching that. Even if it's just a buy signal doubling your money, then you take your money out after $2 and wait for it to correct, or hold it for a while and see what happens. So that's the way I'm looking at ATAI, buddy. That's a not a bad looking chart, but just make sure that the company's going to be around for a while. Okay? All right, let's look at Link for Keith. That didn't play, obviously. What is this? 3, 3. All right, this could be a triangle right here, guys, in Link. A, B, C, D, E. This was a fifth wave to the downside. I don't like it. So Link looks more bullish than Bitcoin, I think. I don't know what this is. I don't know what it is. Sorry. Where'd I go? Link, right there. I look at Link and I'm like, it's hidden bear all over it. It looks like a fourth wave correction. It looks like some kind of wave 4. Boom. Dump to the... I don't know, guys. I don't know. What is Link doing? This could be some kind of a WXY. 3, 3, 3. That's finishing. I don't know, guys. Link is a conundrum to me. I really don't understand it. It kind of looks more bullish. If that's not a WXY, it looks like a 1-2. We're in the middle of wave 3. But it's reached this it's really high in the RSI right now. It needs a correction if it's going to continue up. It's just so high in the RSI. I don't get it. I would like to see it pump one more time and then reject. That's ideal for me. I would like to see this pump and reject. And that would be 3, 3, 3. Let's go. Let's go take the low out. The bullish look, this just boom, boom, it just keeps going, right? Some kind of 5-wave move. That's the bullish look right there. And this is some kind of big flat. But I'll be honest with you, Keith, and anybody else looking at Link, I don't understand that chart right now. This isn't making sense to me. I need to see more data. More data, please. Let me see what ETH is doing small time frame here. Oh, that was weird. Interesting wave structure there. Let me see. That looks like 3, 3, 5. Yeah, I don't hate a long here. I don't. For up here. Okay, what's next? What's next on the request line? Apple. Let's look at Apple. Hey, Apple. Hey. Hey, Apple. Apple. Hey. Hey, Apple. Apple. Hey. Hey, Apple. Okay, Apple looks like it's going to crash along with NASDAQ and S&P, and it's going to make a flat. So Apple's looking like this, guys. We're going to crash. We're going to keep crashing. It's going to take this low out, and then we're going to work our way up for an all-time high. That's the way Apple looks to me. And that'll be maybe a final hurrah before a longer term, a longer 3-wave move back down. Maybe. This would correspond, and this may take longer than I've got drawn here. It could take a lot longer. The time frame could be a lot longer. That's probably more like it. So we dump, 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 dump. And then we start, we pump later. So that's what that looks like to me. It looks like a flat in the making. Let it come down here, take the lows, then maybe look for a buy. Okay, Kimo Sabi, if you could help me out. Let's see here. What's next? Apple, ATAI, Link did that. H-bar. Let's look at H-bar next. H-bar. 4-hour chart. Of course, they took the low. That's a gorgeous flat, man. Dude, that's a wave 4 and a wave 5 all day long. All stinking day. They robbed me out of a steak. Seth, they totally robbed me out of a steak. Too pretty, though, isn't it? Too pretty. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me 5. Is that too pretty? That looks decent, though. So that's going to correlate with Bitcoin. One more high and then dump. Then dump. That's what I think, man. See if that plays. There's H-bar. All right, V-chain's next. VET. I think it's the same count as ADA, maybe. Looking for this. So this thing could pop up here and then come down. Give you some kind of ending diag. So it could pop, or it could just rock on down, and this give you a WX and then Y. Boom, boom, boom. Nice big fat dump. You got hidden. Well, it's not hidden, but it's overbought here. It's reset. You got hidden bear on the 12-hour, kind of, sort of. What's going on with BTC here? Small time frame. Ooh, that looks dumpy. That looks very dumpy unless this candle changes. Looking awful dumpy. Unless I get some kind of reversal candle here. So yeah, VET is not too clear. Hard to say here. This almost looks like VET almost looks like a reversal with a three-way pullback, and now it's continuing down. That's the way it looks. The other way is this was three waves, boom, and now we need to go up. But man, I don't like the way this looks. Unless we get a big candle up here. If we get a big candle up from here, that'd be nice. That would look decent. 3, 3. Could be 3. Wave structure on VET is not simple. We've broken up and out. But that's not necessarily something to pay attention to, really. We broke up, retested. This thing could just roll over and go right on down. Or could go up a little higher and then roll over and come down. But I don't know. Good. That's a conundrum there. I'm sorry, guys. Elliot, as far as VET is concerned, I would defer you to my ADA analysis. It looks similar. But I'm not sure. Okay, what else? What's next? Sorry I couldn't help on VET much. Hey, West Coast PC Builders, thanks for that. Gala. Let's look at Gala quick. I'll tell you, I look at that right there, and I'm thinking, this might have a little bit more up, but it looks like it needs to just rock on down, take the low out. I look at Gala and I see hidden bearish divergence. I mean, that's the first thing I see. We got hidden bear. I got regular divergence here. Looks like we need another little high and then maybe a rejection. Looks like a flat. Best I got, guys. Small time frame. That's the way it looks, man. 30-minute. Ideally, in an ideal world, we get 5 waves here. One, but it may not be ideal. But 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, give me a 5. Give me a wave 5. They may not give us that wave 5. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, give it to us. Give us 5 waves, and then reject. If you get 5 waves, look for rejection. That might be a good short trade, potentially. Could get a lot more complex. But that's the way that looks. 1, 2, might be too pretty. That's kind of what I'd be watching for Gala. Another hit to the high, divergence on the 30-minute time frame. Boom, boom, and then down you go. Not bad. Not a bad idea. What's next? Disney? You want Disney? What in the world? I hope it goes down. Yeah, I hope it keeps going down. I just hope it just tanks. That looks really bearish. But we're at a place where we could get a pump here. But that looks like 5 waves, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 doesn't look finished. Yeah, there would be A, B, C. Oh, excuse me. That's Disney for you. Down with the NASDAQ and the S&P. When S&P rallies, Disney will rally, but only that won't go to the all-time high. It'll just 3-wave back and then more down when the crash comes down the road. That looks pretty decent right there. Let's see. I got Disney. Okay. Oh, James Bond, are you still here? 0x0. 0x0 USDT. Sorry, bro. Sorry I missed you. What am I even looking at? What am I even looking at? I don't even know. Well, this looks bullish for now. I would say this is going to keep pumping to the upside and take this high out. A lot. I'm looking to a lot of, yeah, what is 0x0? What is this? Explain it to me. Got you there, M. I'll get the rune in there for you. All right, what am I missing, guys? James, we're hanging on what is 0 times 0 USDT? What is that? Explain it to us, please. We're hanging on a thread here. All right, I'm going to do Rune while I'm waiting. I think it's up, by the way, whatever that chart was. Rune, USDT, Binance. Okay, what is that doing? All right, what are you doing here? It's a pretty chart. It's a really pretty chart. I didn't get the link in the chat, man. It didn't show up. Rune is interesting. Yeah, it really is. I like this as a guys. I do. I like this as a flat. Boom, boom, boom. We need to finish 5 waves, come down, and then up again. I like that. It looks good. That's what I'm thinking. So it's got to finish up here. It's got to finish. I don't think it's done yet. We got to get a topping formation here. And then down. Yeah, I watch a lot of YouTube too, Delta Pope. I don't watch a lot of traders or anything. I watch disc golf videos. I'm into disc golf. Anybody else into disc golf out there? It's a lot of fun. All right, Rune. Rune looks like Bitcoin, man. I could really see this thing finish here and then come down, and this be a nice boom, and then work its way up. That'd be a really nice chart. That would look so good. So good. I like Rune. I like a Rune. All right, what else? Have I gotten everybody's requests? Did I miss any? Let me know if I missed your request. Type it in the chat now. And we're going to call it a night. I like my analysis tonight, guys. I mean, I like the ideas I presented. Watch out for a dump between now and first quarter of next year, guys, or whenever this thing is topping. I don't know when it's topped yet. What's SNX? Thanks, buddy. SNX. Let's check it out. Ah, what is that? What is that? Is that a triangle? I mean, I know that this looks like 3. This looks like it needs to kind of come down, go hit the high, and then reject. Bitcoin, what are you doing? What are you doing, Bitcoin? Took the low out on Femex. All right, guys, last call on charts. Last call on charts. Nice little pumpy pump there. Could be a flat. Looks like a nice flat right there. Let's see if that plays. Yeah, I like SNX. I like this as a potential flat here, and let's come on down. Is gold? Did gold hit 2,000? I know it was pumping, but let's see. Where's my gold chart? I lost it. Ah, there it is. Nice. Yeah, I like this as a 3-wave correction. I like this as a potential 1-2. Yeah, I'd like to see this pull back and continue up. That. I have Brave actually, Rock God. Appreciate that sentiment though. Thank you. Thank you very much. Come in the Discord, guys. If you're not in the Discord, come on in. We have it's worth the investment. It's better than YouTube Premium. You got Gem TV every day. We have a lot of fun. A lot of fun in the Discord. It's silly and fun. We have a good time. It's worth it. If you don't think it's worth it, I'll give you your money back. Let me know. All right, guys. Well, listen, it's been a good live stream. Kimosabi, man, you're so faithful every week. Such a good friend. Appreciate you moderating. Seth, as always, you offer so much. Appreciate you, bro. And everybody else that just kind of, is comes in and participates. It's been an awesome night, guys. All right, I got one final. Tafur has asked for BA. What is BA, please, on the higher time frame? What is BA? I can link my YouTube to my Brave account. Okay. Haven't tried that yet. I'll look into that. I'll let you know next week. Rock God, thanks, man. What is BA? Defer quickly. Oh, it's Boeing. Okay, yeah. Let's look up Boeing real fast. You got it in just in the nick of time, man. Oh, look at Boeing. Ooh, I like that chart. I like it. If I were to guess, this is... here's one idea. That this is a flat right here, and that's looking for more up. Okay? So that's idea number one. Otherwise, this is a three-wave move, and we're looking for a pullback and then more down, right? And this may continue on in a triangular fashion for a while. That's my quick analysis, very quick. So either this is a flat and we're going up higher here, or we're going to go up correctively, but it looks like we're about to go up. Make sure you have a trading strategy for going long here, but I'd probably be sneaky looking for longs out of this potentially. Daily chart's looking decent. Yeah, once this develops 5 waves, it's finished. One, two, three, four. 5 doesn't look finished. It's almost done though, and that 5 is going to create divergence down here, and that's going to break this right there. When that breaks that, that's a good buy right there, and see if it continues up big or if it just goes up in 3 waves. So that's Boeing for you. So, all right, guys, have a fantastic night. Thanks for joining me. Tell people about my channel, would you? Come join the Discord as well. I'd love to have you in there. You guys have a fantastic evening. Well, I put out a couple videos last week. Hope you watched them. If you didn't watch them, go back and watch them. They're good. Like and comment, and thanks. And if you see the other videos come out, I will go ahead and like and talk on those as well. I want to see if I can just kind of keep growing the channel a little bit. I've been neglecting it over the last year. We're gonna ramp up the content. Let me know what you want to see. All right, guys. You guys have a great night.